Spielberg uses different camera techniques and sounds to make the audience feel and believe what he wants them to. For example, in the opening sequence of Jaws, you hear the bubbles and can see clearly underwater. You also hear the Jaws theme song. In doing this, Spielberg has turned the audience into the shark, who's lurking just under the water waiting for its next victim. Spielberg continuously uses the Jaws tune to represent the shark and to symbolize his presence even when you don't see him. The scenes you don't see the shark are just as frightening, if not more frightening, than the parts that you do because of the human fear of the unknown. Spielberg plays off of that to add suspense to the movie. Spielberg uses sound quite a bit, but he also uses underlining images and things that we see throughout the movie to represent things that were not directly told. For instance, in E.T., when E.T. first gets to Elliot's house, he revives the dead flowers, and as the movie progresses, you frequently see the flowers. At the end, when E.T. dies, the audience knows he dies because the flowers on the table die as the doctors try to revive E.T. When he comes back to life, you are first aware of it by the flowers coming back to life.
E.T. phone home.
Spielberg regularly puts the audience at the same eye level as the characters to help the audience get a better grasp of the story. For example, in E.T., the movie is shown from Elliot's point of view because the story is being told by Elliot. If the movie was shown from the mother's perspective, or even the brothers, you wouldn't get the same story. In the attack scenes in Jaws, the camera is at water level, or in some cases in the water with the characters. This helps us to see from their point of view to help us get a grasp of the situation by making us go through the experience with them. You either see as much as they see, which adds to the fear, or you see the things that they don't see, which adds to the suspense. Spielberg also shows you that Elliot and E.T. are connected to each other because Elliot reacts to E.T.'s actions and feelings.
As we get started with the dissection, remember that the things that you are writing down one thing that you should be looking for during the dissection is to locate the heart and notice that it is still beating. Once more emphasize the similarities of those things which we see in the human anatomy. First of all, of course, the heart, which you will see beating.
Another way that Spielberg lets you see from the character's perspective is when he shows the audience a certain point of view by looking over a character's shoulder, which he does a lot throughout his movies. It can be used to show who is in charge or who is dominant in a situation. In Jurassic Park, you are looking up at the T-Rex from behind Alan and Lex.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
In his movies, Spielberg doesn't really try to make things as we see them in everyday life. He brings you into another world. In Jurassic Park, he makes the artificial world by having the majority of the movie take place in an amusement park that is on the island in the middle of nowhere. But with his camera techniques, visual and sound effects, and things from our reality, like cars on the tour, he makes it seem real enough so that the audience's experience is that they are really in that artificial world.